Two classes at Ohio University were given 4G Wi-Fi tablets to use for an entire quarter, but not without a purpose. It was all part of a study on how students really use mobile devices. Teresa Franklin joins us here in our studio. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Well, I wanted to start off and I wanted to ask you just a little bit about this study about students using tablets in the classroom. Who was involved and what was it about?
Well, it was a great partnership. It was a partnership between an undergraduate class with Jeff Anderson and a graduate class with Gene Geist, and then OIT with Bryce Bible and Sarah Riss, Joan Weigel, and others.
Okay. And what did you do in this study exactly?
Well, in particular, there's been other studies of using tablets, but typically they look at, do the students like them, how satisfied. We really wanted to know about the total experience of a student using a tablet, not just in the classroom, but when the teacher actually embeds it within work, and also when they're outside the classroom. And so we really looked at as a phenomenon of using a tablet within a setting.
Okay, and what results did you find?
Well, we found some really interesting things. In particular, there were some differences between graduates and undergraduates. Graduates tend to not be as adventuresome in trying out different applications, but you also have to realize that graduates have families, and so there's less time for them to do those kinds of things than undergraduates. The undergraduates found lots of applications they could use with teamwork in a classroom. They also were very positive about embedding them within coursework and using ebooks. And so this was a little bit different from what the graduate students said, who were more interested in how it could be used as really a device to capture internet, video and things of that nature. So it's a little bit different between the two, but both were overwhelmingly supportive of using tablets within education.
That's great. And how did your findings differ from other studies that you may have done?
I think ours were probably more comprehensive because we used one classroom setting where we had a flipped classroom where the tablet device was being used to view information at home or in the dorm when they were not in class. And then they brought the tablet to class to actually do class projects. And so in that particular case, the device played a major role within the classroom. In the graduate level course, we were really using it as a communication device to get email, to use Adobe Connect, to log on to Blackboard. And so they had different, in a sense, different classroom purposes. And so we looked at what the difference was when you had different purposes for their use within a classroom. As well as, did we play games, did we talk to our friends on Skype, and all those kinds of things when we're out, Netflix in particular, and YouTube when you're outside the classroom.
And how does the team plan on using these findings?
Well, we have several publications. We've actually already been invited to publish within a reference book on mobile technologies and the use in higher education. And then we have several other publications that we're in the process of putting together so that we can share this information with other educators. The tablets are very portable. They connect to the internet very quickly, and these were all positive things that can help us in our educational classrooms.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Ms. Franklin, for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.